Okay, question 18. Now with this one, right, we've got to essentially put them in order, and one way of doing it is to get them all into percentages. Okay, we could do that, but sometimes it's easier to get them into decimals. Okay, so you can change them all to decimals. It depends on the way the question is set out. Now this one, that might be quite hard to change that into a percentage. Okay, so maybe we can change it to a decimal. That might be the best option. Of course, that's already a decimal. 34% as a decimal, of course, is simply that, isn't it? 0.34. So that's easy enough. So 0.3 then as a decimal is just that, 0.3. You could even write a 0.30 to see that it's smaller. Okay, 3/8. Now that means, right, that just means 3 divided by 8, doesn't it? So what we do is then, how many 8s go into 3? So we use the bus stop method. Okay, now 8, of course, won't go into 3, that's why it's a fraction. So you put a 0 there because it won't go into it, but then we carry that 3 across, and there's nothing there, so decimal point here and a 0, and we put a 3 there, and put a 0 up here as well. I put decimal point up here as well, and what will happen is if we just put a few zeros here. Okay, now 8 then into 30 goes 3 times, and there's a remainder, isn't there? 3 times 8 is 24. So there's a remainder of 6. 8 into 60 then goes 7 times, because 7 times 8 is 56. 56 is a remainder of 4. And then 8 into 40 goes 5 times exactly, nothing left over. So there's the answer there, 0.375, okay, as a fraction, as a decimal, sorry. So you can see now what the smallest one is. Clearly that there is the smallest, 0.3, okay. And then the largest, of course, is this one, 0.375, because the 3.7 shows it's more than the 3.4. So 3/8 then is the largest. Okay, part B says write down the following numbers correct to one significant figure. Now this is different to decimal places, okay? We're not looking for one number after the point in this case. We're literally looking for the first important number. So in this case, the first important number of this, first important digit of this number is the 5, okay? So that's all I'm interested in, the 5. And I'll draw a line here then. Just like when we draw with decimals, you look then to the next digit. If it's 5 or greater, then you round this up. But because there's a 1, it stays the same. So this will become 5, okay? One significant figure, the most important. And we start from the left, okay? Because 5 is more important. It's a bigger number than these decimal places here. Okay, with this now, you've got quite a large number, okay? But again, one significant figure, I'm only interested in the first one. So I draw a line, right? And then I check the next one, and of course it's greater than 5, so I've got to round this up, so that'll become a 5. But you've got to be careful, because if you leave your answer like that, that's a silly sort of answer in a way, isn't it? Because this number here, 4,763, is a large number. If you just say round to 5, then you're not really giving a true indication of what this is. Of course, this is 5,000, isn't it? That digit there represents 5,000, so we must simply replace these with zeros. We have to do that. Otherwise, if we don't, we leave our answer as 5 units, and it's not 5 units, isn't it? When we round that up, that rounds to 5,000, okay? So important, and it's different, of course, to this one. We didn't need to put zeros here because that 5 represented 5 units, didn't it? So we were happy with that. Now this one, right? This one, interesting one. Now, what's the first significant figure here, you might ask? Well, 0 doesn't count, okay? That's not the first significant figure. There's nothing there. There's no units there, okay? Because there's loads of zeros before, isn't there? Which we just don't write down. But they're not important. This is the first significant figure here, the 8. So we draw a line after the 8. And because it's then, we've got 7 here, we're going to round this up then to a 9, okay? But when you write the answer, of course, you're not just going to write 9, because that would be silly. It's not 9 units. You're going to put 0.9, okay? Part C then, input, output, machine, function, machine. Find the output when the input is n. So important you do a step by step here. So the input is n, right? So n sort of goes in, right? And then it says add 8, okay? So if you add 8 to n, you're going to end up with n plus 8, aren't you? So we can write that down here, okay? Then it says divide by 3, okay? And then it'll give you the output. Now it's so important, because if you put this, right, you will not get the marks, okay? You will not get the marks, because you know it says you divide by 8. You've got to divide all of this by 8, right? So in order to indicate that, one thing you can do is put a bracket around it to show you're going to divide all of that, okay, by 3. So you could write it like that. So really I should put a bracket around there to show I'm dividing all of it by 3. Okay. Similarly as well, if it said multiply by 3, okay, multiply by 3. If I put n plus 8 times 3, I need to put a bracket around it to show I'm timesing all of it. Alright. So you've got this as your answer, n plus 8 divided by 3. The other way you could have done it, right, you could have put it like this. You could have said n plus 8 over 3, like that, because that shows divide as well. Okay, you wouldn't need the bracket as such then, because you're showing you're dividing them by 3. But, you know, there's 2 options there for you.